Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I am recording this on March 30th, my mother's birthday. Excuse me. Yes, my favorite woman. Happy birthday, Mama! So, as I was just coming back home, I was thinking about something that I thought I would share it with you guys. And the thing that I was thinking about is marketing. Now, I have a master's in business, right? And with a concentration in healthcare. I do not have a master's in marketing. What I know about marketing comes from trial and error, and it comes from working really closely with the marketing director at one of the hospitals I used to work at. Now, at one point, I was on track to try to become a COO of a hospital system, right? That was what I wanted to do. So I'm really good at operations. Now, I know operations. And in order to know operations, you have to know a little bit about everything else that goes on in the business. Marketing is one of those things that goes on in the business that I've always considered to be this big, but in reality, when it comes to the success of your business, it's like this big, right? Now, what I do know about marketing is that you need to know where your dollars are going and if you are getting a return for your investment called an ROI. So if I am spending money to market or advertise my business, is that converting to sales? Is that converting to clients? Are people picking up the phone and calling me? Are they going to the website and clicking on my link? What are they doing, right? So I'm really great at that, phenomenal at that. So good, in fact, that I know that I will not use Google or Facebook ads again to market my business because I have done it. I have done it several different ways to even try to get more traffic to my site and things like that. My ROI was between 0 and 1%. Crazy, crazy. Now, I'm going to tell you just a couple of things that I do that are kind of successful. For my notary business, I advertise on the paid sites and the free sites. Yes, you heard me correct. I pay to have my listing up on certain sites. And I do this for title companies, for real estate companies, from, different people, lenders, and those people, right? I want them to be able to find me. And those people mainly are outside of Tallahassee, where I'm based, right? They're in New York and they're in Georgia, there are other places, and they have clients here. So they're looking for someone local. So they aren't going to Google me, right? And they don't normally Google notaries in Tallahassee. They go to 123 Notaries, USA Signing Agent. They go to other places where they have a population of people that they know they can find, and they pick from that list, right? They look at your profile and they pick from that list. So yes, I pay to be on that site. But let me tell you, some of these sites only charge $39, $65. It is dirt cheap by comparison to what you get. For instance, I'm doing a signing for a title company that found me on one of these sites that I paid $39 a year for, and that company is paying me $200 for the work. So that's worth it, right? Now, I also have some companies that I've signed up with that I haven't gotten one person. So when it comes time to renew, I don't renew. I know how people are finding me and where my clients are coming from, because when they contact me, I say, hey, how did you find me? And they tell me. By doing that, I also know that my general notary practice that is in Tallahassee, most of those people find me from my free Google listing, right? They type in on Google, notary near me. And if I'm the closest, I come up. Sometimes I'm not the closest, but my hours come up that I'm still open after 5, right? So they find me, and that's how we set their appointments. Now, what I have discovered out of everything that I do, in my general notary practice, the majority of my clients come from word of mouth. And that's because I did a notary from a year and a half ago with a business. And after that, while I was there, let me tell you this, while I was there, the CEO said, hey, I got a situation, can you help me with it? And I wasn't there for his situation. I said, no problem, I'll help you. I helped him. And he was like, oh, this, I was like, don't worry about it. I was already here. I'm not going to charge you all these extra fees. I'm here anyway. They liked that so much. Guess what? Now, every time they have a client who needs my services, they give them my information. And I have people call me saying, hey, this person gave me your information. This person gave me your information. This person gave me free, right? So that's just because I was who I am. I'm going to be good to you because that's just what's right. And he appreciated that. And so he passed that information along. Now, very good, right? Very, very good. I track that. When I track it in my spreadsheet, and I've determined that my most profitable advertisement is word of mouth. The one that makes me the most money off of the least amount that I have to spend. In my other business, my Dr. Fyson Spiritual Wellness Center, I've advertised on Google Ads, all kinds of stuff. I've advertised on other spiritual sites, all kinds of places. And guess what? Zip, nada. Then I advertised on Thumbtack, which I didn't want to do, but I did it anyway. And Thumbtack, they pay, it's like paying for a lead. So when one person contacts you, you pay for that person to contact you. And I literally paid $100 for someone to contact me. And my service is only $100 an hour, right? So I literally paid and was going to do this client basically for what amounted to be free, because it cost me $100 to get that client, and their first appointment was going to be $100. So I wasn't going to make anything on that appointment. The goal is I have to have them for more than one session in order to make money. I didn't like that setup, but I did it anyway because I wanted to get the word out. I'm in a new area, and I wanted people in this area to find me. I got a client that way, paying $100 for the client and everything. That client brought me 3 more clients. And I worked with each of these clients for more than 6-7 months, right? And then that means that $100 that I spent brought me thousands of dollars. So that ended up being a very good investment, right? How do I know this? Because I track it. So the main purpose of this video is to tell you to track your marketing. Don't just be giving money and saying, oh, I'm listed here, I'm listed there. Find out how people are actually reaching you. Again, I'm not a marketing expert, but I know when I used to sit in the meetings with all of the leaders, all of us leaderships were in there representing our individual areas, and the marketing guy would get up. I remember he had a little table, kind of a graph up, and his graph would show the marketing that we were doing in different areas, the postcards we were putting out, and this was healthcare. Yeah, we market in healthcare, right? Because doctors have to send us patients, right? So he was showing the areas where we market. I mean, he had it broken down demographics, how much people made in the areas, right? He was showing what we were doing for marketing, if we had billboards up in a certain area, if we had people who we sent postcards to, if we had something inside of a doctor's office. And then when patients come in and they would do a survey, there would be a thing for them to say, how did you hear about us? And they would be able to tell you how they heard about us. We did not generally advertise on television as much in the beginning of that, at least at that hospital. All of the advertisements was by direct mail, some other kind of avenue. The television advertisement was geared to our organization as a whole, right? So that taught me something, right? He literally knew where the dollars were going. So he definitely knew the return on investment. And so me, I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. I'm going to do that, right? It worked for him. I'm going to do it. Now I'm telling you so that you can do it, right? You can take, and wherever you're advertising, and when someone contacts you, say, how did you hear from me? Have it set up on your website. Have it set up as part of any of your forms. Like I know, for instance, I recently just made a social media post. And from this one social media post, I had 3 people contact me. One of the people who contacted me actually had someone else that she wanted to contact me. That was free advertisement, right? I advertised, I made a post for free. I had 3 people contact me, turned into 4 people contacting me. So return on investment, pretty phenomenal. As much as I'm not really a fan of social media, for that particular purpose, it worked out really well. Another thing, I'm not a salesperson. I'm a helper. I have a ministry that helps, and everything that I do is to help people. So I'm not one of these buy my products, they're good for you kind of people, calling a person, begging them to buy something that isn't going to help them, right? So I can't be out here like banging the streets going, please buy from me. I know that about myself. But what I can do is tell people information, and if they think they can benefit from the information, they can work with me. You have to also decide when you're marketing how to market. If you're going to try to market outside of who you are, I can tell you it's going to be a fail. So when I put stuff up, I let people know this is me. Hey, because I know I'm not that salesperson, right? And if someone sees it, they'll see right through me and they come off as gimmicky, and then they aren't going to want to work with me. With my clients, they know I'll tell them right away if something they're doing, they have anxiety or whatever we're working on, and they continuously have the issue. And I'll say, I'll call them out for, did you do what I told you to do? You didn't? Now this is why you still have the issue. I don't beat around the bush because I have to be real. And I think my being real allows people to relate to me. You need to do that for whatever you're marketing. When I talk about myself, I talk about the truth of myself with what I've done, my background, and that way people can understand what they're getting. When clients call me, and my rates are higher than most people in the notary industry. I don't get out of bed for $30. Don't call me with that, right? There has to be some zeros behind it in order for in order for me to move. And when they call me and they're like, what about errors and stuff? I was like, I don't make errors because I'm OCD. And because I'm OCD, I'm going to go over your documents 3 times before I send them out. That's why when you get them, they're perfect. Because if there's a mistake, I catch it before I leave. So I don't send something to you with errors. I fix errors, right? Now, that has been my reputation. So even one guy, he's like, I'll pay you your price, but if it's a mistake, I'm going to dock you a fee. I said, no worries, dock me, right? He didn't dock me. So now he uses me all the time because mistakes cost them money, right? When you're an organization and you make mistakes, so then your client sees you as not trustworthy. So mistakes cost them money. So I just wanted to say, be who you are, advertise who you are, and stay true to that. Track your advertisement, the dollars you spend, track the clients you receive, track how long it took. If an organization, you only got one client and you are one of these people who did a $10 notary assignment, it wasn't worth it, right? Cancel that out. That's what I want to say about marketing. I'm not a marketing expert. I am phenomenal at operations of a business. And if I know something, I'm going to give it to you. All right. Now, if you guys want to find out more about what I do, visit drfryson.com or visit FrysonInsurance.com or visit tsfcenter.com. Or you can visit saflegaldocs.com. Because I'm a serial entrepreneur, but everything that I do is to help someone. Like in Dr. Fryson Spiritual Wellness Center, I'm an end-of-life doula in addition to everything else. So I work with people who do need insurance and stuff, so it makes sense for me to add that. I work with people who need power of attorney, so it definitely makes sense for me to have my notary and my loan signing. See, all of my businesses work together for my ultimate goal, right? Which is getting people to be comfortable with death and that life transition and to be prepared for later stages of life, including retiring and things of that nature, because that's kind of important. We forget that that's going to happen, right? We're like, just going around. So that's my ultimate thing. So I have all these businesses that are geared towards helping people. And if one of my businesses can assist you, each one of those pages has a way for you to reach out to me. All right. Or you can, wherever you see this video, comment and I'll get back to you. All right, you guys, be well. Have a great one. Market well. And I'm wishing all of you business success, no matter what you do. And even if we do the same thing, there's enough for everybody. All right. Be well.